afternoon, Speed Gaming. Welcome to another Link to the Past Randomizer qualifier for Speed Gaming Live. This is the second to last one, so last chance for some of these runners to get their times in. My name is Tracy M. With me today is Coy. How are you doing, Coy?
I'm doing very well, thank you, Tracy.
Yeah, so this should be very interesting. I'm not sure how many qualifiers any of these runners have done, but we're getting to the end, so they better have gotten them all in. So yeah, only a couple more chances. We have Kern on the upper left, Chelsea X Lynn on the upper right, Leoria on the bottom left, and T-Stew 14 on the bottom right. Should be interesting. We got some good runners here. Should be fun to see.
I believe everyone here has done 4 qualifiers, so this is their 5th one, except for Chelsea, who this is her 4th. So she'll have to do the next one as well, the very last qualifier.
And Chelsea giving us the dinking of the... Did she do that on purpose?
I'm sure it was on purpose.
Thanks, Chelsea. Just had to change that name. All right, any moment now, we'll get started. Will be interesting to see that we do have a couple of things for those of you that maybe haven't seen the SG Live Qual. So a couple of different things we have this year. We do have the quick swap, as well as we are going to get boots right away. So we're going to start the game with boots, and we're going to have quick swap. What kind of things can happen because of the boots, you think?
Well, boots has a small impact on your early game routing. Oh my gosh. A small impact on your early game routing. For instance, you can always immediately check bonk rocks, and there's no reason to put off like the lumberjack check. I know I prefer to do a Sahasrahla start when I do boot start states, which is what Kern is doing, actually, going straight over to Sahasrahla.
Yeah, we've seen that a bit in this tournament so far, in these qualifiers so far. Actually have quite a few different routes. We have Leoria and T-Stew going to do the bonk rocks right away. We do see the Saha start for Kern, and Chelsea going to go check the uncle.
Classic.
See who gets the most payoff out of these.
So the cool thing about the Sahasrahla start is you automatically set up a tier 2 or 3 triple, because the rocks that the Octoroks are firing as you pass them count as enemies dying when it comes to triples.
Nice.
So assuming enough rocks were wasted by the Octoroks on Kern's screen, his next triple will be tier 2 or 3, and then he can kill one enemy and get a tier 1 after that for 2 different triples and more chances at bombs. Although we have bombs from the bush crab, so not really a big deal.
And we got an immediate glove over there on T-Stew's side. Decided to do the back of escape right away. I believe we saw a bow at the bonk rocks. Is that right? No, that was the start, and the glove at the bonk rocks. There you go. It's always nice not to have to worry about that bow, especially with progressive bows. You just get one, get it over with. You don't have to worry about bows in weird places. Kern also going to do this back of escape. This is something that also comes from the early boots, because normally you'd have to have bombs for this to work out, but with the early boots, you can just bonk that door.
Once we get past this early game, though, like boots don't really have a huge impact on your routing or decision making or anything. It's just go faster, you know?
Yep. Okay, first lumberjack check, and it's 20 rupees. We've seen quite a few lumberjack required Cs in these qualifiers. I do think that maybe the boots the early boots, the guaranteed boots, have a bit of a play in that, since you do need the boots to get the item.
Looks like Kern and T-Stew are both going immediately over to Crystal Eastern.
Yeah, they'll be able to full clear this with the bow. It will be a little bit dangerous in that back dark room with low hearts, green mail, and no lamp, or even a fire rod.
Yeah, even if you're like really practiced at it, the popos do move randomly, and they can make your life very difficult in that final dark room. So, a little risky to do this before something like Kakariko, where maybe you find the lamp or a bunch of hearts or something, but not a huge deal for these runners.
Yeah, we do see Leoria in Kakariko and Chelsea about to head over there.
I imagine they're both thinking, oh, what if a bottle's here? Or the flute? And then my trip to Kakariko can be even more efficient.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons to put off Kakariko if you can. You're almost never going to be able to completely skip Kakariko, and, there's almost always at least one thing that you can...
It's actually never. You can never. Not almost never, never. Because even if Kakariko is empty, there is no chance that you won't be able to.
Yeah.
That it won't be your best play at some point. There's
yeah, that's absolutely right. And we did see some powder in Blindside, which is a nice luxury item. Could lead us to something at the Magic Bat later.
Nice rod there in Eastern Pal's big chest.
Yeah, it's not really a huge advantage there because everybody else is going to run into that anyway because this is a crystal dungeon. And the Ice Rod doesn't do anything for us until we get to Turtle Rock anyway. But always good to know you're not going to have to go on an Ice Rod hunt later.
So I wasn't counting the items in Eastern. I guess they found all 3 items because they're both going immediately to the boss.
Yeah, it looks like Tisu made very quick work of that dark room. Current in there right now.
Yeah, we're not going to get to find out because they have no reason to menu and show
us.
Yeah,
honestly, that's the thing I like least about Quick Swap is we don't get the free menus to get information that we didn't have.
Well, we can't blame Quick Swap here. They don't have any reason to menu anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, Tisu just went to the boomerang there to pick up that extra bomb. But if this wasn't Quick Swap, he wouldn't have got the bomb. It wouldn't have been worth it for him to do that.
Alright, we do have Tisu in the Armos Knights right now. And Chelsea going after that bug net. That's often an item that the runners will skip. Okay, and Leoria, the first to go into the front of Escape. So we'll get some new intel there.
A little unusual to see this before South Shore. South Shore being so much more dense, but
yeah, we still haven't seen South Shore, especially without some sort of... I mean, the bow is good enough to get through this. It's kind of nice to have a sword, though, when you do this play. Okay, Chelsea gonna give us our first look at that. 50 rupees. And we'll drain the dam.
Aaron also opting for front of Escape here.
And a piece of heart.
And Chelsea will continue to the east from here to get the much more dense mini Moldorm Cave. This is pretty standard routing for South Shore. But I know I personally like to do Dam plus Agina, because otherwise Agina just gets so orphaned, and what if there's something good there? But it looks like there's something good in front of Escape. That was the hammer in Zelda's Cell.
So finding that hammer is pretty nice. So we have 2/3 of our Dark World access, just missing that Moon Pearl.
I'm sure it's probably not on Zora. But it might be.
And that's actually another important distinction with the flipper start. Sorry, the boot start. I was thinking of how we avoid the flippers. So they can do a water walk to get over to Zora's area, and they can actually full clear it if they want to. The ledge item's a little bit more difficult because you do have to store a water walk. Store the water walk.
Anyway.
Yeah, get the
We can splash lily.
Oh, that too. But runners could also opt to store a water walk, fake flipper, and then get the new water walk from the. Well, without the moon pearl, it's not going to work anyway. So you are going to be stuck with the splash deletion. That is a good point.
No, you can do it. You just can't water walk the second time.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Get the ledge.
You have to fake flipper the whole way through the Zora area.
Ooh, that sounds horrible.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's gonna do that unless it's something really.
Yeah,
nice.
Exactly. I've heard runners talk about setting it up ahead of time just to get the item. But I think in this situation, you don't do that. You just see what the item is and decide whether or not it's worth trying for.
We might see some folks check out Waterfall Fairy though. It is pretty on the way if you get the water walk from Ice Heart Cave, and then on your way to Hobo, you can just go do that real quick. I'd prefer not doing it. That's just me, because I don't like orphaning things, and I feel like if I get those two out of logic checks, that makes the in logic check over at Zora harder to get to later.
Yeah, at the moment with their money situation, they're not going to be able to pay for that Zora item anyway. Yeah, I tend to agree with you. I remember hearing you once say doing out of logic stuff is more about doing things more efficiently. And yeah, if the out of logic stuff is going to make things less efficient, then maybe it's not the thing to do.
I think it's definitely worth noting, though, that things that make sense aren't always the fastest.
No.
In a randomizer, sometimes the mirror is just on purple chest, you know.
Sometimes
and it doesn't matter how efficient your route was. You had to go to the worst possible place to get progression.
And now we're kind of seeing everybody go around and do the stuff that everybody else has already done. So we're not gonna get any new checks for a bit,
except for Agina.
Except for Agina. Well, no one's going to that yet.
Nobody wants to do Agina.
No Agina love. It's like
which is a little surprising to me because I feel like Agina is even better because it's Bootstar, you know. Like getting to dash all the way there is so much better.
I think it's less bad at least because you can just run. Looks like Kern may be going to go for the mountain. Not a whole lot there right now. You just get a couple items, one out of logic, third item that you can view. Oh, maybe not. Oh, has he still not done Kakariko? He still has that Kakariko.
So wrong. Wow.
I was so wrong.
Tracy not even paying attention. God. He doesn't even have the powder yet. Casual 11-minute Kakariko.
Don't see that very often.
So this means Kern is going to be the only person to have the hammer in Kakariko, which means Magic Bat, which means probably Moon Pearl.
It's actually kind of ironic when you think about it, because you would mention if you get the flute early or if you get the bottle early, those are things that you think about, but you don't usually think, well, let's hold off on Kakariko because maybe I'll have a hammer and powder.
Yeah, it's probably not what Kern was thinking either, but it worked out that way. Okay, there was 3 items in the front. It was what we call the God Eastern, where you don't have to make that choice on whether or not to go to the Eastern Palace Big Key Chest.
Yeah, now I really want to know what's on that powder, on that Magic Bat. Because in logic, I believe there's that,
it's the Moon Pearl.
There's that and Agina at this point.
Well, and Zora.
And Zora.
But don't worry, it's the Moon Pearl.
Well, I hope it's not Zora, because then we're going to see a whole lot of farming from these runners. And that's never very much fun to watch.
Who did Ice Rod Cave? Did we not get a water walk?
We did not get a water walk.
Weird.
Now Chelsea taking her turn in the Dark Rooms of Eastern. Also getting through with no trouble.
Oh look, the moon prawn magic bat. Weird. I don't know how anybody could have predicted this situation such as this one. As it turns out, there's only like 3 seeds. And I've played all 3 of them.
And there goes Kern. Gonna get his moon pearl. Not exactly the nicest loadout for the Dark World.
It's a little annoying to have boots and no sword.
It's a lot annoying to have boots and no sword.
It's not like the worst thing. You just have to pay a lot more attention than you want to.
Absolutely.
Like screens where you could have casually just dashed, you now have to like make sure the enemy RNG doesn't get in your way.
Oh, and we have a pendant at Thieves Town. I didn't quite see where the other pendants were, but we have the potential of a hammer blind in a pendant Thieves Town. Just sounds like a horrible idea.
Yeah, with no sword and it being a pendant, I doubt anyone's gonna bother to go to the
I think that's a good call.
Unless I guess if it's like 0 items in the front, you might see somebody go for it, but you're usually better off just waiting for a sword if you're gonna do that.
Probably see the front 4 chests though.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, Chelsea can do back of escape. We're gonna first look at Thieves Town, Leoria's side of things. And let's see, where is Kern going? Is he just gonna spot?
Well, he wants to splash delete, or I don't know.
I guess he's
just buying bombs so he can do it. I see.
And he might as well just jump in the water to see what's on Lake Hylia Island.
Well, he might do South Shore, not Hype Cave. Or he might go to the mountain. What are you doing?
Maybe this time he is going to the mountain? I'm not sure I love this play.
He's just going to go to Village of Outcasts.
Okay, do it. Okay, yeah. Yeah, Village of Outcasts, do that. I kind of like the Hype Cave check early, but... Did he not do...
Yeah, with no sword, I definitely would have done Hype Cave first, just because I don't want to do Thieves.
Yeah, exactly.
Apparently he hasn't done the Lost Woods, so we're going to see that.
You know, and those bombs sitting there on that ledge are usually a really good find, because you're checking Lost Woods so early and you're low on bombs, and he's already got... Did he just buy bombs, too?
Yeah, he just
bought bombs.
Oh, man. See, Kern really doesn't want to go to Village of Outcasts right now because of his rupee situation, I imagine. But that's where he's going. T-Steve going for the old water walk here. Never mind, he didn't set it up.
I was with you.
Okay, he's going back. He's gonna set it up now.
This is probably gonna be for the hobo, I would suspect. Although he might just decide to go for the 2 items in the waterfall ferry. Does not have enough money for
checking the waterfall ferry is fine. Like I don't really have a problem with that or anything, but you should definitely check Hobo. Because Hobo is such a terrible location to get to that you need to jump on the first opportunity you have to do it when it's not super terrible. And it's not super terrible to water walk there.
And a Pizza Hut and arrows in the waterfall ferry. And T-Stu continuing to at least see what is on the ledge here. It is 50 rupees.
Going back. He's going back for Hobo. Never mind, he bonked. It's over. Oh, he's gonna set up a splash delete. I think he still has the Aga.
That's pretty funny.
Or not Aga. Armos broke his whatever value that makes that possible.
Yep.
All right, so we're not going to get to see Hobo today. Although TC tried, we got to give him credit.
Kern picking up flippers in the meantime in Skull Woods.
Oh, well, there you go. Maybe we'll see Hobo now. I bet Hobo has something amazing.
Maybe they'll have a hook shot or something. Oh, we're gonna get
Hook shot would be pretty amazing.
We got the Agena check on Chelsea Lynn's side coming up.
I bet this is something amazing too. Told you.
It is something amazing. Wow.
Just a casual Cane of Samaria there in Agena's cave. I'm sure nobody will be tripped up by that item location.
That's kind of a, if you don't get that early, that's kind of a nasty location, because a lot of times you'll get the mirror and the flute and the mitts, and you won't do your Agena check until then. But then you don't know if you want to really go there because you don't have a cane to do Mire yet, so.
Yeah, there's 3 general times where you go to do Agena. Right away, like I do. When you're going to desert on foot, which sometimes happens, and when you're doing the Mire area with the mirror, which also sometimes happens. So as long as your Agena item, whatever's in Agena, doesn't lock the other 2 opportunities, you usually find your way to Agena eventually. So the worst situations are when it's like the flute or the book or something.
Yep.
Canis Maria, not that bad.
Okay, Bumper Ledge has nothing for us. Looks like Leori is going to head over to Catfish. Just one of those nasty middle of nowhere checks. And gets something. Well, 300 rupees. I mean, I can think of worse things to get, but not great either.
Well,
but she'll have enough money to, she'll have enough money to do Zora right now, so.
Kern barely had enough rupees to manage the chess game here after Skullwood, so everything kind of worked out for him. Okay.
He won't be able to afford the dig game when he gets there, though.
Well, he has 20 though, so he'll play the archery game instead. Why'd you chortle? I was being serious.
I'm bad at the archery
That's really what he's gonna do. You're bad at the archery game?
I'm bad at the archery game.
There's a setup.
I know there's a setup.
But
doesn't mean I'm good at the setup.
You can do it. It's not that hard. You just haven't practiced.
Oh, he's got, the first check at these now is 300 rupees. He doesn't have to play the archery game.
There you go. Nice.
Okay, T-Stu headed over towards Skullwood, so he'll get his flippers.
But that Cane of Samaria is looking pretty nice for T-Stu right now. Should have done Agina's game. So this room that T-Stu's doing is really, really awful. Even if you have a sword. It's like nicer if you have a sword, but it's really awful without. But the Cane of Samaria makes this room completely trivial because you can just place a block on your switch and not have to drag the statue around.
And just to make things worse, he's got that ether, and that ether is really good to use in that room to kill everything. But
he can't use it.
Don't have his sword, so he can't use it. But he gets his flippers. And just Death Warps out, because why not? Kern in the digging game. Not exactly the most efficient digging I've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's trying to make a specific pattern or if he's just like digging willy-nilly.
And just 20 rupees.
There actually is a most efficient way to dig, like to get the most digs per second. It's really hard though.
All right, Larry, going to show us another new check in the graveyard ledge, which is a bottle. I confess I did not see where that mirror came from, though.
Oh, I don't know. No one else has it.
Our tracker, one of our trackers, Drowsy,
Oh,
telling us it was in Hype Cave. So Hype Cave gonna be good. Also, shout outs to our other tracker, Bandman. The tracker is doing the hard work. Oh, we also see a Bombos in the Hype Cave. So the big question is, where are our swords? We're 24 minutes in, and we have yet to see anyone pick up a sword.
Probably hobo.
Probably.
It's gonna be hobo. Just watch it. Watch my words. It's definitely hobo. Curry's gonna check it now. With a mirror.
Yeah, this is one of the few ways to actually route this in nicely.
Okay, never mind. Kern
No, he's
forgot
going-
about it.
Nope. Going to pod.
Check
Going to
hobo.
pod.
It's right there.
Pod fully completable, not fully in logic, as we don't have any kind of fire source yet. And actually, to full complete pod, you do still need the lamp, as there are a number of rooms without torches. Oh, Chelsea, no! Well, she can just start at Link's house and just go straight there. It's not that bad.
Worst place to die, but it does not feel good to lose.
No, not at all. When that would really feel bad is we had the Mitz Dark Old Axis instead of the Mitz Hammer Dark Old Axis. But we have, sorry, Glove Hammer. But we have Glove Hammer, so it's fine. And let's see what Kern finds over here in pod. It's usually a key to start with. We'll see if we're immediately bow locked. Not that it matters as soon as quickly as we got the bow. And it's not even bow locked. I feel like Chelsea was going to menu to bombs and realized, oh wait, I already blew it open, and forgot that you still need to use another bomb in the cave.
Certainly possible.
Looks like Leoria also going to head over towards pod. And the Kern did not go do the bow lock side yet.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sense of what he's doing. I guess, did he find the big key?
I did not see what was on the chest in the main room. It was not a small key though.
Find the big key. Okay, that makes a little more sense then. It's like the main risk for doing the back too soon is if you left behind the big key in the front.
Yep.
Which would force you to like double dip the back, which is super slow. But if you have the big key, then it's not really a big deal. And going to the back first will just tell you how many items are left in the front.
We see a shovel and mitts in the rupee basement.
Helpful.
One helpful, one to be determined.
Having done the bow lock side though, it kind of forces him into a hammer jump here though. I don't know what you're doing, Karen.
And this dark maze is non-trivial and not having anything really good to see. I mean, he has boomerangs. That's not too bad. This is a lot easier with a sword, though.
So he reset the room there after he killed that mini Helma because he felt like he needed to have more time on the bridge. But he didn't need to do that because the bridge hadn't actually started falling. It doesn't begin falling until you get low enough on the screen.
Okay, it pulls out the boomerang to get through this room. I think Leoria is probably going to show us the right side here.
Oh, we're gonna get Hobo from Tisu. Here you go. You ready?
Let's do it. Come on, T-Stu. You know you want to. There it is.
I'm telling you, it's a sword. And, like, it would have been so nice if Kern had just done this real quick. And Hobo has.
Amazing. Oh boy. So T-Stu gonna have an easier pod than the other two runners here.
Yeah, it could be a bit simpler going through the dark rooms. Although it doesn't look like he's headed that way just yet. Maybe just gonna grab a pyramid real quick.
And if I'm counting right, it looks like the big key chest actually does have potential of having an item. I think we saw 4 small keys and a big key in the other chests. So it looks like Leoria is gonna go and check that out. T-Stu also going to have a much easier dashing time now.
Right, dashing is just like, whee!
So much better with the sword.
Tisu going all the way up to Catfish instead of into Pod.
And Chelsea giving us our first look of at Hera.
This is a bit of sense for Tisu because he hasn't done the Hobo. No, not Hobo. The other one. Sora. So with the mirror, we can do Catfish and then mirror directly over and finish off the Zora area. Down to 1 heart, though. A little nerve-wracking.
Especially on green mail. Chelsea also on 1.5 hearts going up to the top of Tower of Hera. And did not flip the switch, so can't get any of those hearts under those pots. And Kern in another room that would be so much nicer with a cane. But has to push the statue instead.
Pendant Moldorm. Thanks so much for my piece of heart. Oh, Leoria. Taking a death there in the dark maze, it looks like.
That's rough.
Or was that on purpose and I missed the grabbing of the chest?
I don't know. Like I said, without a sword in those rooms, just much more difficult. Oh, there we go. Now we're gonna get the big key chest. And Chelsea gonna follow and take the do the rest of the East Death Mountain checks. Assuming that she survives on the 2 hearts.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real careful with these mini Moldorms here. Because even if you get all the way through Spiral Cave, you still have to walk out the front, which has several mini Moldorms and Bares. So not losing any hearts here is pretty important.
And money. But we have lots of money now.
Alright, get hit by
Chelsea,
1.
please.
We're alive. Everything's fine.
There are 2 heart pots coming up. She just needs to get there. And fortunately for her, since this will conclude this portion, she'll just be able to save and quit the 5 chest room. Wow, 3 runners in the dark.
I was about to say that too. I don't know what's happening. I think they're in different
this will be
dark rooms,
funny
too.
if Chelsea finds a lamp here. Oh, nice use of the bee too. I like that.
Get him.
Oh, there's
Oh,
a sword for Chelsea.
A sword.
Two mails. That'll be nice. Kern gonna go ahead and check King's Tomb.
This looks like a Palace of Darkness play from Chelsea.
Yep. Not gonna be getting that sword on Hobo right now, though.
Chelsea's gonna have the easiest time all the way through Pod, though.
Oh, for sure.
Already having the sword and the Cane of Samaria. Oh, do we get to see Pod Clip? Maybe. I think the routing works out to where you do Pod Clip. Of course, I don't know if Chelsea's gonna do it. But that was a book there for T2 in the Spectacle Rock Cave. Although with our lack of fire source, maybe,
that book.
Not the play.
that book, not my favorite thing to see there, because it just kind of opens things up that maybe you don't want to deal with right now. But you have to pick it up.
Because Chelsea went up to Hera. Did we not get the book while we were there?
She must have gotten the book. Our tracker has it.
I see it. It's fine. Okay.
I trust our trackers.
Yeah, Chelsea does have the hammer. She'll be able to full clear Pod. Assuming that the Dark Room's no problem, which they shouldn't be with a sword already.
Yeah, we see I see it. Go ahead.
The Dark Room on the way to Helmasaur, even with a sword, is kind of... But Chelsea can do it. No problem.
I see a call for a lamp on Ped in chat, which, yeah, technically is possible. The only way you'll see runners actually do that would be if the fire rod was someplace really, really stupid.
Like lamp locked.
Yeah, pretty much. And hard lamp lock, because logically lamp lock is pretty meaningless. We are going to get our first hammer picks check here, though. And just a piece of heart, Kern does not want it.
So picky.
And a full heart on the Smiths. You've got no choice but to take that. And will he grab the purple chest? Yes. Gotta grab that purple chest. Because it's slow.
Oh, he needs to do a K45, though. I think he's headed down this way anyway. Because Kern routed from Village of Outcasts south, he didn't have the mirror on this first pass. Chelsea wanted to do the pod clip, but it's not working out. We're just gonna kick the block instead, I guess. Pod clip is so much cooler.
Oh, I guess Kern also didn't do Stumpy earlier. Gonna do that right now. Oh, he's got a shovel. He's gonna check that. He must have done Stumpy already.
Tracy, what have I told you about being wrong?
I know. I'm so sorry.
What's our third medallion? I know it's because I believe you. Whenever you say things, I always believe you. And I'm like, did he not do something? I thought he did, but Tracy wouldn't say that if it wasn't true, right?
Apparently that's wrong. I promise to never purposely mislead you, if that makes you feel better.
Okay.
Kern not using the newer glitch that we found where you can just run away with the purple chest and just mirror here. Instead, just gonna walk all the way. And just get a single rupee for his trouble.
Oh yeah, lamp can't be on pedestal. That's true. Well, no. Lamp can be on pedestal, but the fire rod must be available if the lamp is on pedestal.
Yes, that is that.
In which case, it doesn't matter that the lamp's on pedestal. Are we doing swamp? No, right? Oh my god, we're doing
We're
swamp.
doing swamp.
Why?
Oh, hookless swamp. Ooh.
He hasn't even been to Death Mountain.
Yeah, I don't like the order of this.
No.
But, you
I
know,
disagree.
maybe he gets something good.
I guess.
Maybe.
I feel like he's only doing swamp because he put off the dam for so long.
What do we need collectively at this point? We need a hook shot. We need a fire rod. Yeah, we do hard need the fire rod. I think that's it between the runners. Several of them still need to get to that cane at Agina, but
Yeah, and some of them also need to find both swords.
yeah, that's true. That is true. Including Curran here in Swamp. So even if the hookshot is here, we get to see the hammer Argus play, which is always a fun menu
Well,
fest.
maybe not. There's always a sword in swamp, right?
Oh, right, of course.
This is an unusual play though from Kern. Like he does have objectively better places to be, but that doesn't mean this can't be progression. Like it can just be swamp as the answer, and this turns out to like save all the time in the world.
No, Leoria. Interesting that she's going and checking the item on the desert ledge. And does not seem to want to go to Agina at the same time. That's a really good time to do that, especially with the boots.
And that is a fire rod there in the front of swamp. So it won't be an empty check here for Kern. Got something good. Unfortunately, with no sword, the fire rod isn't exactly the best thing to find for him.
Yeah, that doesn't allow Skull Woods.
Yeah, so it's like I
Still
can
need a
get
sword.
to the back of Skull Woods, but I can't kill the boss. And he
Yep.
hasn't found the book yet, so it doesn't tell him desert as a play either. Oh wait, no, he has a flute and mirror though. Yeah, you should leave. Why are you still here? Oh, okay, I guess we're gonna do left side. Sure.
I don't know that we've seen a map and compass. One of the worst feelings is going into swamp and going to the left side and getting that map and compass.
There's an unwritten rule somewhere. If you do left side swamp and you get a map and compass, you have to quit rando forever. I just delete my VODs when that happens.
I've done it once.
Now nobody can tell me to stop playing.
Yeah, I've done it exactly once, and let me tell you, never happening again. If I don't see a map and a compass, I don't go to the left side.
Chelsea takes down Helmasaur King, getting our second crystal. Chelsea's in the crystal lead. That's twice as many crystals as everyone else. Why is everyone else so slow, Tracy?
I don't know. Chelsea's just that much better than everyone.
Leoria in Desert Palace. This is a real risky play for Leoria because of no fire source. Wait, no, it's not. Because right, we got here from the back. Never mind. Ignore me. I keep thinking the book, but we haven't actually seen the book do anything. It's not a risky play because you can just mirror back over.
We're going to get a look at Checkerboard Cave.
10 whole arrows.
Well,
And
nothing there.
left side swamp. Not very helpful.
Okay, so where does Kern go now?
So to answer Zero Russian chat, I think it's actually the opposite. I think Kern's chances of qualifying are pretty much clinched with his previous scores. So this score doesn't have a huge impact. So maybe that's what's inspiring him to do a little bit of
the
crazier
42-minute mini
plays here. Like, let's do left side swamp with no hook shot before mini Moldorm Cave. This is the new meta, you guys. Kern is changing everything.
Okay, Chelsea can actually go into... Actually, do we see the Meyer medallion? Okay, it's Quake. Oh, Chelsea can't go into Meyer because she doesn't have the Quake yet.
Gosh darn it.
She's the only one that could have completed it because of that cane. Oh no, Leoria did manage to get into Agina. She's got the cane too.
Meyer would have been a really, like, play for Chelsea, though, because no fire.
Yeah, no fire. Yeah, because there could be something on the left side. Plus, fighter sword. No lamp to get to the back easily. Yeah, not exactly the best loadout we're seeing here. Okay, Leoria heading to the mountain for the first time. Oh, and Chelsea with the mirror bonk.
With his fire rod from his crazy Swamp Palace dive, we'll be able to finish off this dungeon. Although I don't know if there's an item on the boss or not. Well,
Yeah,
there's a hook shot in the front, though, so
Yep.
that completely invalidates his decision to go to Swamp.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's gonna want a little bit more magic if he decides to finish this right now, because
So it's like,
because
do you
Hammer-
want to double dip Swamp or do you want to double
Hammer-
dip?
I'd rather double dip desert.
I think maybe I'd also like to rather double dip desert if I got to choose.
But yeah, this could be an interesting Landmo fight with Hammer, because just not enough magic to use the fire rod for the whole thing. But looks like he's just not going to do it right now.
Yeah, well, if we already have both items, then there's no rush to kill.
No, absolutely not. Also having mirror bonk issues. Okay, let's see where Chelsea's headed. This might be a swamp play for her. She does have that hook shot.
Yes, very different from the play that Kern made. Chelsea's play makes sense. She does have the flippers. Oh no, she doesn't. Never mind.
Oh,
Yeah, never mind. She will not be doing Swamp Palace.
Nope, not doing Swamp Palace
We
yet.
haven't been to the front of Skullwoods yet. So a little unfortunate. The flippers are in Skullwoods and the fire rod's in Swamp. So the game forces you to do that double dip of Skullwoods.
Yeah, but Double Dip Skullwoods is not one of the worst ones.
Well, it's you either do it or you don't. You know, like some people will always do the front of Skullwoods as soon as they get to every time, and some people will put it off and wait for later.
Okay, Tisu finishing up Helmasaur. Leoria doing her checks in the East Death Mountain area. Kern gonna head back into Swamp maybe? And Chelsea...
Chelsea's gonna go get that Master Sword, and then
yeah, that'll be nice.
Palace. I don't. I hope not Ice Palace, because Sig breaking the flippers when you really need the flippers is not usually the
totally agree.
The best play, but it can pay off. That's gonna get the sword here at least. Please don't go to Ice Palace. I'm sorry I said it. Don't do it.
No.
Why are you big flippering?
No. Okay. Yeah, going to fake sequence bringing to Ice Palace when Ice Palace is a pendant just doesn't make a lot of sense.
Maybe just going to the Zora area.
Yeah, maybe. Gonna view those bombs on Lake Hylia Island. Oh, looks like we're gonna first look at Hookshot Cave over on Leoria's side. Single arrow to start, not a good start. Piece of heart. 20 rupees. Come on, give us something good in the last chest. Or don't. Oh no. Poor Chelsea gets the piece of heart to fill her up, which puts her back into the fake flipper state. We'll have to exit and leave and come back in.
Super annoying. Kern, are you okay?
Well, he's done the rest of the swamp, so why not do this part?
Why is he not doing diver down?
I don't know.
Kern. Kern only does glitches that nobody else knows how to do.
Because he does know a few of those.
So diver down is a really valuable glitch for this dungeon. Like it's not super difficult to do or anything. You can always do it if you learn the bomb setup, and it saves like 20 seconds. Like it's pretty significant.
Now, has he gotten a big key yet? Because he might he might still be leaving an item here.
Leoria with that lamp from I believe Super Bunny Cave. Gonna head over to Pod now. Everyone else has already done Pod.
Yeah, she was in Pod earlier but didn't quite finish it. Maybe didn't want to do the Dark Turtle room. Which, you know, it is one of the hardest dark rooms to do without at least a fire rod to do it with.
Oh, Chelsea gets that Quake medallion. And now Fireless Myers seems like not the worst play.
Oh, and we are going to see... well, it's not quite menu strats, but quick swap strats.
God,
I almost think this would be better with just menuing, because look at all this swapping that he's having to do there.
Looks like he's giving up.
He's switching to menuing.
That's a lot of quick swapping.
I could see a menu layout where that would work better with the quick swap, but I'm not convinced this is it. I guess that's what happens when you go into swamp before you even do East Death Mountain.
Or Hobo. I think he must have just forgot about Hobo. Like it didn't make any sense for him to skip it on the way to Pod, because that's the most efficient way to check Hobo.
I agree.
I think he probably just wasn't thinking about it. Was really focused on doing Pod.
All right, does finish up Argus.
And didn't find the big key. All right.
Okay, so big key and big chest. Chelsea getting her lamp.
Yep.
Will make her life a lot easier.
Yeah, Meyer is a much easier decision now.
Yep.
But
absolutely.
you know, that's also a bad thing, because that just keeps Chelsea farther away from going to Skull Woods. Which she's gonna have to do. Like there's no two ways about it. She has to go to Skull Woods with no fire rod.
Yeah, the flippers are hard required for swamp. You can, funnily enough, you can actually get into swamp. Go a little bit with the fake flippers. You just can't get out of the water.
Oh, even the fake clippers. Yeah, they banned the fake clippers thing.
Oh, there is one that actually allows you to do it, because the one I know of is just you can fake flipper into the water.
Yeah, there's like
you just can't get out.
There's this weird like rail clip thing you can do.
Gotcha.
That you can get everywhere in the dungeon except for the boss, I think.
Oh,
but they ended up banning it, so it's not really a concern for this.
Well, I guess if you can't get to the boss anyway, there's really no point in it.
Yeah, even if it got allowed, it wouldn't see a lot of use outside of like spoiler races, I guess.
And does Chelsea have a fairy?
Yes.
Yeah. There's no way that she had to have a fairy for that. You don't do that. Do it like that if you don't. And chest bombs. But now she has an empty bottle that she can do anything she wants with, so there you go. Gotta look at the bright side. And Leoria heading into Meyer.
Kern didn't do the back of pot either.
Well, if he was holding off for a lamp, he didn't get it. But he does have the fire rod to do it with.
He must have died on the way to back of pod. Did we miss that?
Yeah, we might have.
Because the eye statue was already hit and the wall was moved and everything.
Yeah, I bet you're right.
Because he came here really early. And must have just died on the back. Alright, so Chelsea going to the Crystal Dungeon to take full clear makes perfect sense.
Yeah, I like her in here a little bit better than Leoria since she's got a Master Sword. The Vidi fight for Leoria is going to be a tricky one with just that fighter sword.
Yeah, the problem though is that Meyer's empty. Well, we already know where everything is.
Could have a sword.
Yeah, sword's possible, sure.
A cape would be useful.
No, we saw
specifically
the cape.
for the. Oh, we did. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I don't remember where, but I definitely saw it. Kern has it.
Kern has it. Oh, it must be in Swamp then, because I believe that's the big thing he's done that the other runners haven't finished yet.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was the first chest Swamp. So for Chelsea and Leoria, the big question right now is when do we go to Front of Skullwoods? And then for Kern, it's when do we find swords anywhere? Since he's managed to avoid them so expertly.
I mean, completely avoiding the eastern part of Death Mountain, he's got to get there at some point. Now, getting the second sword, yeah, we don't know where the third and fourth swords are, so I don't know that he's ever getting to the hobo. So.
Well, he'll find the one in Paradox Cave. Probably.
Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking, yeah.
I'm sure that's what he does, like, very, very soon, if not right now.
Yeah, it looks like this is that play.
He's going to East Death Mountain. So, T-Stew is just that fire rod away from go mode, so all he has to do is go to Swamp.
I bet this is where he's headed
next.
Looks
like that's where he's going.
Makes sense for him, because he's got everything he needs for it.
Yeah, the only reason for T-Stew not to do Swamp right now is, Swamp sucks. And, I mean, because, like, he can full clear other Crystal Dungeons. He doesn't have to do Swamp right now. But, being in the area already is a easy reason to come here first.
We are going to get a cutscene check here.
This does mean T-Stewn's going to be possibly lampless this seed.
Yeah, I mean, the lamp
he might
is
do
pretty on the way. Yeah, he might do it on the way. He might not.
I think with if he's still on Master Sword Silverlist by the time he's making his way to TR, he'll probably do Super Bunny Cave on the way.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, if we find a sword elsewhere, he might not bother.
And it took a while, but Kern finally, 56 minutes into the seed, does have his first sword.
Yay, Kern.
He does need 2 of them, though, to finish the game.
And we don't know where numbers 3 and 4 are, and we don't think he's going to get the hobo one. But he's going to get a lamp here.
Yeah.
You think Kern goes into Turtle Rock right now?
Yeah.
I know your rule is if you have all the items to go to Turtle Rock.
Kern's in Master Sword Go mode.
Probably at least do the Hookshot Cave first, though. And get absolutely nothing for his trouble there.
I do think that Kern's Master Sword will definitely not be at Hobo.
No, totally agree.
Like, because all he needs right now is a sword for Go mode, and there's 3 swords in this game, so it just makes sense to bank on it being on the way. either in one of these 3 crystal dungeons he still has left, or 4 crystal dungeons he still has left, or just in Gainus Tower itself.
Chelsea grabbing a fairy for extra safety.
Oh, there was a sword in Mire.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
So
okay.
this will make
That's
this
probably
fight a
his
lot
master sword.
easier. This will make this a lot easier for both Leoria and Chelsea having that extra sword. Although Master Sword, Vidi's still not the nicest thing ever. And double Quake this time. Quake for both Turtle Rock and for Mire.
So Tisu is definitely in go mode, and will be routing as such for the rest of the game. Kern is in basically go mode, just needs a sword, but there's so many swords that he can safely route in a more aggressive way and still be okay. Where Leoria and Chelsea, they need to go to Skullwoods.
Yep, absolutely.
But once they do, everything kind of lines up for them as well.
Okay, Leoria's gonna have to be careful here. You're gonna see the difference between doing this with the Master Sword and with a Tempered Sword, as Chelsea's basically doing the same thing. But it's gonna go a lot faster for her because she's got that Tempered Sword. Leoria does survive it though. Very nicely done.
Yeah, nice 0 cycle there for Chelsea.
But you can see the difference is Chelsea is not that far behind finishing up the cutscene here, whereas Leoria started way earlier.
Everyone has 3 crystals.
And interesting that our guys, Kern and T-Stew, have the same crystals, and our gals, Leoria and Chelsea, have the same crystals.
Oh, I just noticed. Tisu's tracker has 4 pendants.
Well, that's a mistake. Yeah, Totorock is not.
I was trying to
not
rationalize how there's only three crystals left on his tracker, but he only has 3 crystals because the numbers just didn't add up. Totorock is a red crystal.
Okay. Oh, I was gonna say this was gonna be the Skullwoods play from Chelsea, but she's going south instead. And going to do the Smith chain instead of Skullwoods.
Yeah, it's reasonable. It's
reasonable.
Skullwoods isn't that awesome, is the thing. So if you don't do it early, it feels like you can't do it, or you can't do it anymore because you know somebody else did it early. Like from Chelsea's point of view, it's hard not to think like, oh man, if Skullwoods is the answer, I lost anyway. So why go there? But a lot of times that is a fallacy, and you're just hurting yourself.
Mm-hmm. Especially in a large, in such a large group of players all. In the same,
where
same
the
qualifier.
objective isn't to get first place, but it's to get a good time.
Yep. T-Stew finishing up Mothula, Leoria finishing up Desert. Each gained their 4th crystals. Meanwhile, Kern, making his way through Turtle Rock, is checking everything. If nothing else, would love not to have to do a Fighter Sword Trinex, which really means a Hammer Trinex.
Leoria also entering the Dark World of Village of Outcasts and not going to Skullwoods. Smith Sequence is just more items, you know? That's the only thing.
Really, yeah. And Chelsea gets her green rupee. And T2 heading into Misery Mire. We'll see if he manages to get that sword. It just depends on what order he routes this in.
The lamp was in Super Bunny Cave. And the flippers were in the front of Skull Woods, which locked the fire out in Swamp.
Is Chelsea gonna head over to Skull Woods now? Sure looks that way. We're gonna get to see some laser bridge action from Kern here. That's always a blue cane on laser bridge. It's always a fun item. Used to be in previous versions of the randomizer that for laser bridge to actually be in logic, you either had to have a mirror shield, the blue cane, or the cape. No longer the case here in version 31, which to me makes a lot of sense because you've got that safety door, if nothing else, to save you every time you screw up a laser skip. And Chelsea's getting those flippers. And she just leaves with those. That's a good decision, I think. Just take those flippers, go do Swamp. We'll see if she does the rest of us here. Don't think she grabbed a key. No, she's gonna do this one check. If this isn't the key, she won't be able to do anything else. And of course it is. So she's gonna keep going. I don't remember if there was another item here or not.
You cursed her with your words.
Yeah, well, and the thing is, we should have known what was there because we've seen other runners go through this, but okay. Kern again having to menu to that hammer.
I'm surprised she didn't just nope out after finding the flippers.
Yeah, I am too. Okay, Kern gave through the hardest part of the Trinex fight.
From her perspective, like this could just be the fire rod here as well.
Leoria also looking for those flippers and that fire rod is going to do Dark Cross. Did not do this earlier. Don't believe there was anything useful here.
The laser bridge logic was removed for this version of the game for advanced placement. The only thing required for laser bridge to be in logic is access to it. If you can get there, you can do it.
So technically the only way you'd be doing it out of logic is if you don't have a lamp, but that's not uncommon at all. Okay, Kern gonna go ahead and finish up Skullwoods now. And Leoria getting further and further away from those flippers.
Oh, Kern! So he missed a little bit of missed movement there. He went to the right a little bit when he was turning back down to dash, and that bonked him into the spike.
Oh, God.
And once you bonk right there, there's no hope. You can't escape. The Wall Master is coming for you.
Oh, Leora, you're gonna head into Hera and okay. I'm not a fan of this at all. It takes a while just to get up here. It is 2 items. I feel like Skull was just so much quicker, and she was right in that area. And Chelsea not following those flippers right into Swamp and is looking elsewhere for the fire rod. There's something to be said for doing the crystal dungeons that you can do. So I'm a little
Everybody hates
surprised.
swamp.
T-Stew, meanwhile, looks like he did not. Oh, looks like he did pick up that temperate store and is gonna finish off Viddy here. Ironically, I think that makes it more likely he misses the lamp.
Yeah, I wouldn't check it, honestly. On temperate store, I'd be like, I don't need a lamp. It's fine. But it's pretty on the way, you know? Like, you can just climb the mountain in the Dark World and get your Super Bunny checks.
Kisu not gonna go do desert. Oh, Chelsea. Is Chelsea gonna finish off Thieves Town now? I can't think of anything else she hasn't done in this area.
Oh, don't do that, Chelsea. Why would you
maybe
do that?
Great Privilege?
This is Thieves.
This is Thieves.
Why?
I don't understand this. You have a full clearable crystal dungeon waiting for you.
Swamp is terrible, but it's not that terrible.
And it's full clearable and it's a crystal.
Exciting.
You have to do it at some point. Oh. Maybe she'll get an extra. Maybe she'll get silvers here. I don't know. Like, there's not a whole lot she could get here that's super useful.
Well, the longer Chelsea doesn't go to Swamp, the more chance Leoria has of catching up.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's unfortunate. They're both too far behind, really, to catch up to Kern and T2 here, but it was a pretty intense race between themselves.
Very nice Landmo fight from Kern. And T2 also finishing off Landmo, but I didn't see how well that one was done. So, no, let's see. How many runners are in this qualifier? Someone's asking in chat. Let me see. There are 34 people in this qualifier. I mean, this is one of the last two, so a lot of people have already finished up. So, not too surprising, it's a little bit smaller than some of the other ones.
So Kern is likely going to find his Master Sword Go mode here in Missouri Mire. And that bait may be enough to get him into GT before T2. It's unclear at this point. But regardless of who gets there first, T2 has a very big advantage with Tempered Sword over Master Sword.
Yeah, Master Sword Ganon is just awful. And Silverless to boot, just to make it even worse.
Leoria doing Turtle Rock with no Fire Rod, hoping for flippers or Fire Rod here.
Yeah, I don't mind this play so much because usually you get gated pretty quickly. But you can't go here.
You don't have a Fire Rod. There's no Fire Rod.
Okay, she mirrors out. She can go a little bit further. It does potentially make for cleaner passing when she comes back here. Okay, Chelsea finished off with Thieves Town. We got all the items released, and now decides to make the play to Swamp, I believe. This has to be the Swamp play now.
Yeah, this looks like Swamp. Well, Bombo Salad first, and then Swamp.
That's reasonable.
Oh, that's right. The key is vanilla in Meyer. That sucks.
Yeah, hopefully Curran will continue
Which chest
to check.
was the Master Sword?
I want to say it was the one in the main lobby.
I don't know if he's gonna check it.
I know. We're gonna see.
Well, even if he doesn't, he probably finds the Master Sword in GT.
Which is not unusual.
But you know, it might be ice or something.
It sure could be. And Laura finally making her way into Skullwoods. Gonna get those slippers.
Yeah, he's not checking it. He's going straight to the boss. Oh my gosh.
God, Kern. Kern!
You were playing so thoroughly. He checked Mimic Cave. Oh my gosh.
Oh boy.
And then just all of a sudden, nah, I think now is when we're gonna start just go moding.
Well, Chelsea will shortly be in go mode.
Wow, spoilers. Oh, TC, you didn't hit the switch? Okay.
And Kern also gonna have... Yeah, the Vidi fight with just the fighter sword. Not gonna be a fun one. This could get interesting. And T-Stew, having not picked up that lamp, gets to do this room in the dark. This one's not bad. As long as you know how to hold the directions properly.
Yeah, it's just memorization. Kern taking care to save 8 arrows for the big eye. I'm gonna finish off these with the hammer. Or bombs, whichever.
Yeah, I kind of like the idea of using the bombs first, because those bombs just by
Yeah, I would have
proximity
saved
hit
him
more
a
eyeballs.
lot of arrows.
Yeah. Also, the lightning strikes are much closer together right now because every time each eyeball moves, that's when it resets itself. So it doesn't get quite as much time between that. Does manage to finish Vidi off though. And gets a compass instead of a sword that he skipped.
What happened to T-Stew?
He died somewhere. I did not see where he took that death.
I thought he was doing the dark maze at some point.
He was doing the dark maze.
He must have
maybe
died
he
on Laser Bridge?
Yeah, it must have died on Laser Bridge. That makes
I was so focused on Kern's like really low percent.
Well, that Vidi fight was. There's a reason why you were focused. That was a definitely a fight to watch. Chelsea with a temper sword gets a very easy Argus fight.
Well, that Laser Bridge death there means Kern is actually going to get to Ganon's Tower first.
That's right, because Kern's already done Turtle Rock.
Yeah, so I mean, like, if you guys want to start guessing, now's the time.
Yeah, go for it.
Kern's not in go mode. He still needs a sword, but he still has to find that big key, regardless.
Hoping to find that sword in Ganon's Tower. Which means we may see all 22 chests down there if we see the big key quickly. Okay, T-Stew going back through the rail room in the dark. Pulls out the blue cane that he picked up on Laser Bridge the first time to help him through Laser Bridge the second time.
Oh, he was on his last chest too.
Oh no.
And it's not even a small key!
Oh no! Oh my god. Okay, so I didn't even catch this, but apparently we have the key layout where there's a small key in the lava chest and a small key in the big chest.
Something real dumb, like 2.4%.
Oh gosh, I've heard like 4.5%, but no matter what, it's a low number.
It's like less than
number.
Tower Room. Like Tower Room having the big key is more likely than this. Wow, that's really frustrating that he died on Laser Bridge and it was the terrible key layout.
Oh my god. Okay, so 1 for Kern is a heart container.
Kern could actually take this then.
2 is arrows. It just depends on if he finds a sword here.
Yeah, he has to find a sword here.
Small key on the torch for 3.
The swords we know about are in Mire, Kern skipped it, and Hobo, Kern skipped it. But there is one more mystery sword, which I think we don't have many locations where it could be, mostly Ice Palace and Gambit Tower.
4 is a key, 5 is the red shield, 6 is rupees, 7 is more rupees. Eight is silvers.
Well,
that'll make life
if he
easier.
If he does find Master Sword, that'll cut a lot of time out of his fight.
It will indeed.
Okay, I know what Kern was trying to do there, and you're so late.
Nine is another small key. Go to Rando Room. Assuming I've been counting correct, this is 10, 11, 12, 13.
Despite all the odds, T2 has made his way back to Trinex.
Mushroom, heart. There's the big key. I believe that was number 12.
Found the big key before the sword. Does not feel good for Kern. He's going to keep going.
Now, for T2, that means he's going to get silvers, because
they're on the way.
there's pretty much no route you're going to take to Random Room and not get those silvers on the way. And I would say that's true about all our runners. Yeah, chat suggesting the mushroom for a 4th sword.
It's not crazy.
And it's not crazy at all. Not in the big chest.
Well, regardless, Kern doesn't have to leave GT or anything. Like, you can finish GT with just the fighter sword. It's just the Ganon fight that he needs it for.
Yeah, for sure that's what he's going to do. There's no reason not to. And Chelsea and Leoria both finishing up Skull Woods at the same time.
Yeah, they're neck and neck, actually.
Yeah, they are. And both still need to go to Turtle Rock.
Chelsea does have that extra sword, though, so it's probably going to raise the gap.
Yep.
Increase the gap over time.
Leoria having missed the one at the hobo.
Yeah, is this like a new thing the kids are doing? Because I feel like if you have the boots and you're at Ice Rod Cave, you always go to Hobo. Like, I go to Hobo there 110% of the time.
Yeah, I feel like you either do the hobo check or the Zora check. The Zora check if you have the money and can at least do the 3 items. The hobo check if you don't. And they definitely did not have the money.
Yeah, well, we had some players go to Waterfall Ferry and then not do hobo.
Yeah, we saw that too.
And I think it was T-Stu. He wanted to do both, but bonked.
Yeah.
So that
lost that water walk.
ruined his chance. He was one of the ones who eventually went back to hobo though.
Curran doing everybody's tile room for 20 rupees.
Yeah, he's not taking any chances. Making sure that the sword is here or not here.
Yeah, Leora entering into Turtle Rock a little bit before Chelsea, but like you said, with that Master Sword as opposed to the Tempered Sword. And it's not even just Ganon's Tower and Ganon that make the difference. Try next fight is going to be a lot easier for Chelsea than it is for Leoria. Of course, Leoria has already done part of this dungeon, so that will make it a little bit quicker for her.
And that is no sword in the GT basement for Kern. He's going to have to hope it's in the gauntlet.
Meanwhile, T-Stu did get his silvers, is about to get his big key in, well, if he doesn't fall enough times. And also going to point out one of the nice things for T-Stu having gotten those silvers is that no longer has to worry about the torch glitch. The torch glitch, a little more difficult with a fire rod than with a lamp. So you can't quite spam it. You gotta time it rather than just spamming the lamp a bunch of times to get it. Honestly, that'd be the bigger sigh of relief for me. Not having to worry about torch glitch anymore.
It's in cadence with the tiles. Like the torch going out, it's in the same rhythm as the tiles falling. Mm-hmm. So like the torch goes out at the exact same time the theoretical extra tile would have fallen. It takes a little practice though to work out like when your shot is going to land based on how far away from the torch you're standing. But you can always just remedy that by standing the same amount away. Like some people when they're doing the torch glitch with the fire rod, they'll stand close to the torch. And that's the timing that they know and are used to. Leoria in a heap of trouble here. Out of magic.
And still with that Master Sword.
And skipping the big chest.
Oh,
this is.
I mean, it's standard. You do. It's what you do. Yeah, it's what you do.
You should do this. If you didn't get ruined by this K layout, it's because you're the gambler, not everybody else.
Or it's because you did this dungeon earlier when you weren't in go mode. In Curran's case.
Yeah, that's true.
So Kern got saved from one thing by doing Turtle Rock early and not having all the items.
Yeah, Chelsea's doing it as well.
And we're almost to the point where we can start looking at more items for Kern, see if one of those last 4 chests has his sword.
Yeah, Kern's managed to maintain his lead so far, but it has been getting smaller and smaller.
And it looks like he picked up half magic somewhere on the right side, somewhere in the GT basement, so that's at least a nice... that's a nice thing to have. Okay, we got 300 rupees. 20 rupees. 2 more left. 20 rupees. Oh boy. One more chest. You know, Tisu's just skipping all that stuff because he doesn't need anything at this point. And Chelsea low on health here. Looks like Leoria already heading back to get her small key. And I did not see what was in that last chest, but I don't think it was a sword. So
it was not.
So what do we even have left? I guess Ice Palace.
Yeah, Ice Palace, Hobo. I think Pyramid Fairy. We haven't seen.
We have not seen Pyramid Fairy. Actually, to be honest, Pyramid Fairy is not a bad choice because if your sword is there, you just go right into Ganon at that point. That's probably where I'd start.
Oh yeah, the mushroom as well. That's true. Probably see that first, honestly.
Yeah, that's not a bad choice either because you could just flute straight there.
But that's kind of dispels all hope of Kern winning our restream race here. Unless T2 just has the worst time fighting Ganon.
All right, there goes down Aga 2.
Oh, Kern's going Hobo.
Oh, there we go. That'll work.
Why didn't you just do this the first time?
I know, right?
Well, that's good. The very first check you do. I like that. Oh, I'm sure he feels a little silly because he knows that he could have done this for a very long time.
T2 in the Ganon fight. T2 a little low on health, but he's past the point where it's really dangerous.
Yeah, you don't take damage in these phases here unless you just stop paying attention.
Yeah.
There you go. That was nice with the quick swap and everything too. Okay, we're good.
That's a little scary.
It wouldn't one-shot him. It wouldn't one-shot him. It's fine. It might have knocked him off the platform though, so I was worried. Kern pulling out his some Mario strats here, which is a lot trickier to do than it looks. It's not as simple as just spinning with the block there. You have to hold, I think, towards the block to make it work.
All right, T2 finishing up. First on the restream, 9th overall with official time of 1:31:58. We'll wait for Kern to finish and we'll run down some of the other finishers. Meanwhile, Chelsea finishing up, and Leoria also finishing up Trinex. I'm going to head over to
Leoria had the lead into the Trinex fight, but Chelsea pulled it out with that Tempered Sword.
Yeah, another one of those places where that Tempered Sword just makes a difference. Okay, Kern finishing up with the sword spin part, although you still need a sword spin at the end. It's actually a little bit tricky sometimes to get those silver shots off after a sword spin, because you want to make sure you don't bounce off in a way that just gets you completely out of...
Well, the really difficult part is not doing silverless.
Yeah, that too. Getting those accidental silver shots. Oh gosh. I almost get knocked off by the bat. Had the presence of mind to let go of the controller, no doubt there, and does finish off Ganon.
So like when it comes to the Ganon fight, you don't really practice killing him with silvers, you know? Like that's
No.
never the thing where like, wow, I really need to get better at using the silver arrows. You just do it.
Yep.
But so when you come to Ganon with the Master Sword and you have to do spins in the last phase, it's really hard not to muscle memory into silverless, which you've done 100,000 times.
All right, so Curran finishes up 13th place overall, second on a restream with a 133.46. Ahead of our two restream runners, we have Lin first at a 124.36. Willard J. Bradley second at a 127.41. Third is Rywek with a 128.07. Fourth, Shady Force with a 129.02. Fifth is Dante with a 129.37. Sixth, Walter the Fourth with a 130.23. Seventh is Waterloo with a 130.31. Bonta right behind him. Oh no, sorry, a minute behind him at a 131.31. And then T-Stew, our 9th place. Ganon's Gone Wild finishing 10th with a 132.03. Scarlet finishing 11th with a 132.36. And Big Dunka finishing 12th with a 133.09. I do believe we have both Curran and T-Stew joining us. GG's, guys.
Yo, GG.
So,
were you just like joking around this seed, or what happened, buddy?
No, man, it was a really open seed. There was like...
You went to Swamp Palace with no hookshot before Mini Lorm Cave.
You know what?
That happened.
Koi?
Come on, buddy.
You know what? I thought it was a decent play. I honestly did at the time. I mean, I knew that hookshot wasn't going to be there, and I was right.
You were right.
You know, that's what I have to say about that.
I did want to ask about Hobo, because
Yeah.
you could have done Hobo on the way to Pod. Did you just like forget about it?
Yeah, I think I was so flustered when I picked up the mirror in Hype Cave that I just made a snap decision to go to Pod, and I was like thinking at the time on my way there, like kind of reviewing what other options I have and whether or not it'd be good to do something else. And I just totally forgot to check Pyramid Ledge and Hobo while I was walking right by.
Yeah. And your other sword was Meyer, but the key layout for Meyer didn't really lend itself to getting that sword in the.
Oh my god! Yeah, that would have been nice if I felt like so smart to go check the key first, at the top, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's a standard way to route it. But T-Stew pulling it out with a 9-second menu time. Is that what I saw there, T-Stew?
Well, that's what Quickstop will do for you, I guess.
That sounds about right.
It's kind of crazy. No, the C kind of worked out more for you guys with the early Skullwoods play. The flippers made a huge difference. Our other runners put off Skullwoods for a long time, so it was a required double dip. And the longer you don't do Skullwoods, the harder it is to go there without the fire rod.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think of that, honestly. I lost track of where everything was in the seed because it was so open.
Yeah, the flippers locked the fire rod in Swamp.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, at least you got that fire rod with your early swamp dip, but never fun to go to the left side without a hook shot.
I don't know what you're talking about. That was the thrill.
So if I read the numbers right, I think you're both safely going to qualify with these times. Like not much,
Sounds right.
Not much risk.
Yeah, it's just about seeding at this point, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm definitely easily in right now.
Yeah.
So I have no idea where this fourth sword is, though.
Yeah,
We
neither
saw
do
the-
we.
we never saw the fourth sword. Probably an ice
Probably
palace or something
ice.
dumb like that.
Yeah, I checked ice. I've
We
been
haven't
looking
seen
at
ice
the.
in Pyramid Fairy.
I opened the seed back up after I finished. It's not there.
Did you go to Pyramid Fairy?
Yeah,
Oh, then I have no idea. Ped? Is it Ped?
could be.
Could be, I guess.
I don't
Yeah.
have the book to check it, but
The book's in a Spectacle Rock Cave.
Oh, okay.
Another thing you managed to
One of
not
those
do.
late game locations.
Some other runners got it. Do you want to know where it is?
Yeah,
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Because it's not in
It's
GT, so
our
I work.
basement.
Oh, jeez.
Wait, where is it?
Our basement.
Oh, cool. That's what I'm checking right now.
Wow.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, because I think all of you end up doing Hera at some point. No, it looks like
I didn't
Kern, you
do
didn't
it.
do it. You didn't do it.
No.
But the other
skipped
three
so
all
much.
did it, and no one did the basement.
I skipped a ton, but I paid for it at the end of the day.
Well, fortunately, you did go ahead and do that hobo check right away at the end, because
Well,
it could have been quite the wait for you to get that last sword.
Well, one thing your non-standard routing did save you from, Kern, was the low percent key layout in TR.
I
Oh,
saw
yeah.
that on the restream. That's so unlucky. What is it, like less than 2% chance or something that happens?
It's a low, very low amount.
Less than Tot Room.
I probably should have gone to the big chest after I died, but I just decided to be stubborn and not.
Yeah, for you
Yeah,
it
that
was
was
the
really
worst. That was
unfortunate.
really, really unfortunate.
This is fairly close between Lauria and Chelsea.
Yeah, Chelsea though has a tempered sword. Leoria's gonna have a harder game to fight with that master sword.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Leora
totally.
had the lead through TR right up until Shrine X, and then Chelsea took the lead and hasn't given it up yet. But you know, it's
Yeah.
close enough where just like a gain in death or fall or something makes a huge difference.
This is why I didn't demonstrate it very well, but this is why I think everybody should learn the Master Sword Samari fight, because it turns it into a 2-in-1 instead of like a 3-in-3, which is what it is for a lot of people. If you have Master Sword.
Yeah, the problem I have with the strat is if you're not confident with it, like if it's not something you can do relatively consistently, you probably die or have like a 6-in-6.
I'm terrible at master sword so close. The silver part, not so much. The master sword, the second round, that's just so awful. That's the hard
And then
part.
oftentimes when you're on the Master Sword, like magic usage is a concern as well. And I mean, Samari doesn't cost a lot of magic, but every little bit counts. If you don't have a refill or something.
Yeah, I think that's a good point, and I honestly thought when I first developed the strat, I honestly thought that would be the reason I would never use it in rando, but most of the time you have a magic refill or a half magic.
Sure.
Or
Yep.
the silvers.
Yeah, especially if you're cognizant of the situation and like you know take the time to go buy a potion or something if you
Yep.
need to.
Yeah, Kern, I think you were the only one to get that half magic. Was that in the GT basement?
God, I don't know. It was probably in Tower Room. I have no idea. I do remember getting it in GT, but I don't remember where it was.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, Leora starting the Master Sword fight as well. Starting it pretty nicely. And Chelsea already in phase 3. About to enter phase 4. Gets the free shot off. Doesn't get the torch glitch, but we don't care because we have silvers. And Chelsea finishes up the Ganon fight.
Leoria takes an unfortunate death there against Ganon. Looks like we're gonna leave for some potions.
Yeah, it's reasonable. Chelsea, meanwhile, finishing up with official time of 1:42:35, finishing in 23rd place. In between Kern and her, we had Yak at 14th with a 1:35:59. Dataplet at 15th at 1:37:03. Ack the Boker at 16th, 1:38:01. Chemo 17th at 1:39:31. Humbug with 18th with a 1:39:33. Seductive Spatula with a 19th with a 1:39:38. Saberwolf 20th with a 140.49. Tito at 21st with a 141.16. In the Name of DT, 22nd with a 141.18. And then Chelsea, who is joining us now, I believe.
Hello.
GG's, Chelsea.
Thanks. Yeah.
So, how about that Skull Woods? You did everything. Well, except maybe Ice Palace.
What's going on? Hold on, sorry. I pressed my push to talk button and went to the Twitch front page and there was music playing and I was really confused. It was like some smooth jazz or something. Sorry. Anyways, no, Skullwoods isn't the problem. It was me trying to figure out the funky logic. In my brain, I got the flute in a dark room, which obviously wasn't the case. It was the room right outside. For whatever reason, I thought I got mitts and flute in that dark rupee room. So I'm like, cool, there's so much stuff like out of logic right now. I can skip so many things. I know exactly where the fire rod is going to be. It's going to be here, 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 here. So that's why I prioritized going back into Thieves Town. I was like, all right, it's got to be here. And then I was like, okay, well, I think I was like mid Thieves Town when I realized. I was like, wait a minute, I didn't get a flute in the dark room. It's got to be behind those flippers. It's got to be in Swamp. There's no other place. So that was unfortunate. I could have saved like, I don't know, 7-8 minutes there, but oh well.
Will they be the same like sphere, right? Thieves and Skull, or Thieves and Swamp?
No. So there was a lot going on. So I was thinking that because of was it maybe not. Maybe I didn't know what was going on. I think I was thinking the hook shot. I was like, the hook shot was in desert, but that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I don't know. My brain was all over the place trying to decipher that logic. That's my excuse. The logic was all funky. You're right. Yeah, I don't know why I thought that because the hook shot was.
I mean, if you thought the hook shot was mitts locked or flute or lamp locked or whatever.
Yeah, I thought it was.
That would put out the back of Swamp.
Yeah, I thought it was book / mitts / flute locked. Mm-hmm. Like I thought it was just all locked. But yeah, I guess that was another reason why I didn't want to go into Swamp. But yeah, no, I got the mirror in Hype Cave.
Yep, that's right.
Dude, no way, I did too.
Whoa, wait, what?
Amazing how that works.
Dang, man.
What are the odds? Rando's broken again. That is so weird.
Can't believe Rando did that. But yeah, that was like my main thing was like after getting those flippers, I should have booked it to Swamp, and for whatever reason, I had it ingrained in my brain that the fire rod had to be
right. That's right, because it wasn't. I mean, you did go to Skull. It's pretty late, but then didn't follow those flippers immediately, and that was really cost a lot of it.
Yeah, if I didn't have all that logic floating around in my brain, that's exactly what I would have done. I'm like, all right, I can beat Swamp. Let's go. I tried going to Swamp, and I didn't have the flippers yet.
Yeah, that's a problem.
So I should have just kept doing that. I don't know. When you're in these qualifiers, your brain turns to mush sometimes, and it's been happening a lot to me, where my brain just goes mushy. So, oh well. It was horrible. It wasn't great.
Your early mid game went really well though, because like you had the easiest time in pod over everybody.
Oh, yeah. Went up the mountain first. Yeah, I figured that I would have a pretty decent time. My dark turtle room was it was beautiful. That Bomba was hitting clutch.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the area is finishing up. Did finish up with in 28th place at 147.02. Looks like she's joining us now as well.
Did you?
Gloria?
Hi.
Hello.
So
yeah, go ahead.
Those flippers were rude.
Yeah. Yeah,
we were just talking about those flippers and the fire rod it led to.
It's tough. Like Skull Woods is so easily accessible, but if you have so many other places to go, it doesn't always make sense to immediately go there. And because it was so accessible, the longer you don't do it, the harder it is to go back. Because everyone else already went there, right?
So in my brain, I was like, okay, if this had been a pendant, like I would have as dumb as it sounds, like I would have dipped it sooner, but being that it was a crystal, I was like, the chance of me finding fire rod first and being able to, go and then maybe find something is hopefully better, but it wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah, I
That's
guess
the
like
way it goes sometimes.
yeah, that makes sense because if you dip it and there's nothing there and it's a pendant, you're just never coming back.
Oh snap! Was it a pendant? No, it's a crystal. Okay.
It was a crystal.
I mean, both situations.
Warren just doesn't remember
I
anything
beat
about the
school
seeds, so
once.
there you go.
No idea. Yeah, I don't remember. Other than that the mirror was in Hype Cave. That's the one thing I remember. And that
Wait,
the sword was
Okay,
on
Kern
Hobo.
just did his map check blindfolded, no big deal.
What was that, Chelsea?
Where did you get your your second sword? I was watching
Hobo.
the restream and I noticed.
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah, I didn't go
you
to.
both miss Hobo.
I didn't go
I
to
went to
Mini
Hobo.
Moldworm.
No, yeah, Chelsea and T-Stu got the Hobo
Okay.
sword. Leoria and Kern missed it. Well, Kern missed it until the end.
I guess a lot of people don't know about this, but if you're in Ice Rod Cave and you dash out along the pit, you can actually set up a water walk and check Hobo really, really early.
You know what,
Oh,
Corey?
no way.
I didn't go to Ice Rod Cave.
I know.
I didn't do.
You didn't
Well, at that
swap
point-
with no hook shot first.
Well, but okay, no, okay. Hold on a second. Hold on, because let me defend that. First of all, Hookshot was not in Mini Mealworm Cave, so I was right. Second of all, my thinking was really good. And this is what it was. I had to think for a second. This is what it was. The thought process was I hadn't yet checked Dam when I was going over there in the Dark World. I just happened to be in that area. So I was like, cool, I haven't checked Dam yet. And then at that point, I already have the portal set up in front of Swamp, which is honestly the worst part about dipping Swamp without the hook shot. I mean, you have to do left side the slightly slower way, but it's honestly not that big of a deal. And if you have to come back and double dip, you don't count that time coming back to Swamp because that's just the one time that you've gone if you had done a single dip. So you're not actually losing a lot of time. You're losing maybe 30 seconds would be my estimate. And what you gain is potentially a huge check that would be super easy for everybody else to isolate. And in fact, there was Fire Rod in there when I went in there, which didn't help me a ton, but it did I think, push me towards Desert Palace, right? Which is where the hookshot was or something like that. See, I remember some things.
I would totally be on board with that decision-making, Kern, if Left Side Swamp wasn't the kind of thing that everyone wants to skip all the time anyway.
But nobody skips it anymore with the diver down.
No,
nobody
people
does
They
that.
still skip
should.
it.
It doesn't save that much time.
I mean, more people do it now than before. I would agree with that, but people
Diver
still
Down's
skip
just
it.
more fun than walking back and
Oh,
forth
yeah,
5,000
it's way
times.
more fun.
I'm so much happier to do Diver Down. I don't care how much time it saves. It's so much nicer to do.
I'm right there with you. I'll do Left Side Swamp just because it's fun to do now,
Yeah.
rather than it being
It's
efficient.
like every time I go into Ice Palace now, I'm like, yeah, I get to Icebreaker. This is exciting. I love this.
Well, you know what, Chelsea? Some people don't play this game for fun. Some people play it to win, okay? That's
Yeah, you
What's
didn't do
that
Diver
like?
Down, Kern.
What's
You
it
not.
like? What's it like
You
playing
cannot
the
do
win?
that.
Oh my
I can't
gosh.
tell you what it's like to
Couldn't
play to
be
win because
me.
I've never won any of these things.
My
Yeah,
ladder
me neither.
races have gone so much better than the qualifiers. I don't know what happens when I go into these races, but I just turn into a dummy.
all I'm trying to
Maybe-
say is that the hyper competitive players all would have skipped Mini Moldworm Cave before going to Swamp Palace
Oh,
shot.
no.
That's all I'm
Yeah,
trying to say.
well, it is the 42-minute mini
All right.
Moldor Cave is a fun one. I mean,
Kern, when all of my items are in Mini Moldworm Cave tomorrow, I'm gonna send you a very angry message.
I love the main thing that made it possible for you to do that, Kern, was that you went to Front of Escape before Kakariko. So
Yeah.
You did, Kern. What the
we had some late
So, Kern was
Kakariko.
good play. It's a good
he was the only person to have the hammer when he found the powder. So
And-
he got
yeah,
the
and-
Meatball on the first
my
trip to Keg.
gosh.
That's why it's a good play. I knew that was going to happen.
But if you
Yeah,
had
did you know
not
that was
done
gonna
that,
happen, Kern?
there's no way you would have you put yourself in this situation where you're doing left side swap
What?
out the hook shot.
But
It all stemmed
okay,
from that.
but it was a good choice. If you have a weapon, do front of escape every time. Especially if you're comfortable in the dark rooms, then do front of escape every time because you might get the powder, you might get a bottle, you might get money,
Did you-
or
what,
you
did
might
you
get
use the
stuff to go
bow?
straight
Or
in.
the hammer to do magic
Uh,
bag.
Or
to
did
get
you
some
just-
I think I think it was the bow. I don't think I had the hammer yet, actually. I think I just had to use the bow.
Hammer was in like Zelda Cell.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's why I didn't
Yeah.
have it. Yeah, for Front of Escape. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Where'd you get
I-
arrows? There's so
I
many
went-
questions.
Did you
God,
do,
I don't even remember.
wait? Did you do?
What did you
I think you
do?
did Eastern pretty early with the bow. No, but I think you did Front of Escape before Eastern. Like there was
Did I?
definitely some impressive. Well, I wouldn't. I mean, it's hard to say that they were impressive dark rooms. You can't actually see them, but everybody
No,
got through the dark rooms.
I definitely did Eastern before Escape. I remember now because I had 7
Okay,
arrows going
that
into
makes
Escape.
More sense.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I-
Kern got the bow and then immediately went to Eastern.
That's
I thought
right.
about it, and then I didn't.
I mean, I think like putting off Kakariko is not a bad play. That's not what I'm saying at all. But the situation where it actually pays off is much less likely than the situation where doing it hurts you.
So the payoff of you having hammer and then the powder is not the one you expect. Usually it's the bottle for sick kid or the flute to activate it.
Yeah, I just feel like there's so many situations where it's just not gonna play out, and like you'll get things in Kakariko that'll help you go through Eastern or Escape like a little quicker instead of bumbling. I don't know. I mean, maybe Kern wasn't bumbling, but I'd be a bumbler.
Well,
I'd be-
shoot, you
I'd
even
be bumbling
having
around.
Well, can
even
I
having an extra heart container for the dark room, you know.
Yeah,
Well, can
that
I-
too. Like even just that. Like I almost died in that dark room. I had to go back for a fairy. I was spooked.
Okay. Here's my defense of the weirdness of that is that the whole idea behind putting off CAC or like weird stuff, like not doing mini Moldworm Cave. It's not. I'm not saying it's the best idea. Do it all the time, but here's the thought process behind it. If you do something you know is non-standard, it can hurt you because you waste time. But if you can do something non-standard that doesn't waste you time, like doing Front of Escape before Kakariko, as long as you're confident in the dark rooms, it's not going to waste you time. If you can do that, then what you do is you allow yourself the opportunity to have a choice. If you're following the standard route and you want to deviate, that's a very hard choice to make. However, if you have some intelligence or some item that is not on the standard route and you're aware of that, then now you have the opportunity to make an educated risk to deviate, or sometimes you get information about the logic. So for me, like it used to be that I would just route totally meme style, just like do the unexpected thing, do all the sequence breaks. Now I do that when there's no cost or there's little cost, and you can use that information sometimes to your advantage. In this case, there wasn't a ton of advantage, but except for it looked really cool. But other than that, that's my defense. I don't know if that's sound, but
I don't
can
think you
get
don't need to
behind-
defend it.
I can get behind
Too late.
the doing Front of Escape before Kakariko, though, a lot more than I can get behind Hookless Swamp before doing Mini Moldworm.
I just like calling Kern weird. I just like that.
Yeah.
I just like calling Kern weird.
that's true.
I mean, my argument against that would have been Front of Escape isn't something that I feel like I always do every time.
Yeah,
So,
that would be my
Yeah,
argument.
that's a good point.
like there's been many a seeds where I got to skip that and I'm like, all right, just save like a whole 90 seconds or something because I didn't have to do those stupid
I
checks
always
and
get
go all the way down
anxious
to
too,
Zelda
though.
itself.
If I'm missing like one item and I still haven't done escape, I'm like, man, there's been something there the whole time, and I'm just letting it sit there, and then I end up going through and there's nothing.
Yeah, I never
So,
put it off for too long.
I just
but
escape
if
is my bane.
if I can skip it, I will.
But yeah, it was an interesting seed. It made me use my big old noodle, which was a little more smooth today, but that's okay.
All right. Anybody else have anything to add before we start to close this out? Oh, we're gonna see Kern get that sword pretty soon. If you could get this clip here. No, there we go.
Well, it's in the basement. He has to
Yeah, he's got to actually
go back.
finish the rest of the dungeon, but you know.
Yeah, because of the stream delay, T-Stew actually told us where the sword was as I was in the towel room. But yeah, thanks for the restream, y'all. I love you all. I can't wait to watch it back.
Yeah, thanks for the show.
Yeah, thanks, Kern.
Something to
Thanks
talk
for the
about.
comms and tracking and restream and all the good stuff.
And GG's, everybody.
GG.
Yeah, GG.
All right. I guess that's pretty much it for us. There's one more qualifier. Make sure I get the time right on this one. I should have had that up ready to go, and I didn't.
9 p.m.
I'm
Eastern
so bad.
tomorrow.
There we go. 9:20 for those people watching. 9 o'clock for those of you playing. And yeah, I'd like to thank everybody. First of all, our runners. If you're not already following them, go ahead and give them that follow. Especially want to thank our trackers, Drossi and Bandman, for doing the tracking and doing the hard work behind the scenes, and to Koi for joining me. Always a blast commentating with you, Koi.
Rawr.
And yeah, that's about it. And we'll see y'all tomorrow.
Bye, everybody.